On a wet and windy night in Manchester, Ian Foster is going through an itinerary that takes the head coach of the England U20 men's team to Marbella and Bali next week. It's hard at the top, he jokes. Warmer weather aside, as the ripple effects of holding a Winter World Cup in Qatar continue to be felt in international circles, Foster's humor has its core. England began preparations for the Under-20 World Cup held in Indonesia on Wednesday, beating Germany 2-0 at Manchester City's Academy Stadium. Chelsea Academy graduate Samuel Iling-Junior, who has made his debut in Juventus' first team this season, scored twice as England overcame a tough start to secure a controlled and comfortable win. The team is now heading to Marbella Football Center, where they will face the USA on Saturday and France on Tuesday, and that will be in terms of the World Cup warm-up 3 games in 7 days. Foster then heads to Bali from southern Spain for next Friday's World Cup draw. Wednesday was the team's first competitive outing in 6 months. It was first and only game at home this season for a squad that qualified for the World Cup by winning European Under-19 championship last summer. "We were desperate to play as European champions in England," says Foster, who oversaw the victory in Slovakia and was responsible for the group's development. "This is our only opportunity to do that, and I thought the 2,205 strong crowd was great. We chose Germany for 2 reasons. First, it's a special fixture, and second, because of the elite league they're in. Their players are a year older than us, so it's a tough match. We knew there would be a test. World Cup preparations would normally have stepped up at this stage. Not only would it have begun, but unprecedented timing of the senior tournament had an impact on football calendar on many levels. We're probably 6 games behind because there's no October window and no November window," Foster says. "It hasn't been easy for the players. We haven't seen them since September, and we haven't seen a few of them since the summer due to their injuries. But others like Leeds' Mateo and Liverpool's Dominic Corness are getting their first opportunity now, and it was great for them to play against Germany." Ian Foster, head coach of England Under-20 team, says lack of time on roster isn't easy for players. Naomi BakerFA Foster, the coaching team, and U20 team manager Annabelle Cummins have additional challenges to deal with as they plan for this World Cup. The tournament, the first FIFA event be held in Indonesia, scheduled to host in 2021 before the COVID pandemic forces cancellation, will be played from the 20th of May to the 11th of June. England are planning to leave on the 11th of May because, as the head coach explains, you're crossing 8 time zones. So ideally you should have 8 days in the country to acclimatize before playing. But Premier League season doesn't end until May 28th, and Championship has its final round on May 8th, with playoffs at end of that month. Serie A, where the winner of England's match against Germany continues on his way, ends on the 4th of June. Italy has also qualified for Indonesia, and their national federation faces similarly sensitive negotiations with their clubs, as World Cup is played at end of season. "We'll not have a friendly match because we will have to leave as late as can to remove players from clubs," says Foster. "But listen, Germany at home, the North American champion USA, and then France, a great team, are 3 really interesting and difficult games for us. This is what we need." But Wednesday brought courage for England's World Cup hopes, as Foster's team quickly adapted to Germany's game plan. The impressive midfield pair of Chelsea's Carney Chukwuemeka and Bristol City's Alex Scott showed the benefits of Premier League experience and regular first-team football, respectively. After promotion, there's a real contrast in where they get their minutes, says Foster. Players buy first-team football either at their club like Alex and Ronnie Edwards, Peterborough United, or on loan like Callum Doyle. Manchester City to Coventry City. Timur Wegbunam. Aston Villa to Queen's Park Rangers. Aaron Ramsey. From Villa in Middlesbrough. And then youngsters who were in Premier League clubs were unable to enter or play PL2 football. They all play, but there are different levels. It tests you as coach, a developer, and also tracker. Ultimately, we have to track them down and determine who comes out best in form and potential. It's hard when see someone playing in Premier League and someone playing in League One. You still have to be confident and trust that know the skills of players. There is another factor in England's preference for World Cup: the experience of winning European Under-19 Championship last summer. It definitely helped us, says Iling-Junior. The feeling get when you win a tournament is want to go again.